In this video, we'll start to process the part on the right spindle, starting by creating the OD turning ops, then we'll rough and finish the mill scallop feature. When we created the part handling op, you'll notice that MasterCam organized it into a toolpath group for us. It also created a new toolpath group after the part handling op. This is where we will start to process the right spindle ops. I'm going to rename toolpath group number 1 to left spindle ops, and toolpath group number 2, I'll rename that to turn OD and mill scallops. Before I create my facing op, I want to go into levels, and I'm going to turn on 130. I'm going to turn off the solid model, and I'm going to turn on the wireframe geometry. Level 130 will grab the points we create in the facing op for us. So back in toolpaths, I'm going to go to turning, face, and I'm going to grab the T0909 right spindle left hand CNMG tool. Because I'm in a facing op and there's no geometry selected, it doesn't know what axis combination I need to use. So I'm going to grab the upper right, and in face parameters, the defaults will all work fine. I do have an overcut amount of 0.5 to go past center just a little bit. And we have a facing op. I'll go ahead and grab the rough toolpath, and I'll change from the chamfer to the chamfer on the major OD. And because it does have geometry, it knows where it is, so it selects the upper right for me. I'm going to use that same tool, and in rough parameters, the defaults will all work fine. I'm going to increase my depth of cut a little bit. And for my lead in and lead out, my lead in, I'm going to make it lean into that chamfer, and on the lead out, I'll come straight away. So we have a roughing toolpath, and I'll grab the finish, same geometry. We'll change tools for this. We'll grab the 35 degree that's pointed towards the right spindle. Again, we have our upper right axis combination selected. For our lead in and lead out, we'll do the same thing. We'll lead into the chamfer and come straight away off the part. The other defaults will work fine for us. So if I grab all of these, let's just do a quick back plot, make sure they look okay. So there's our face, there's our turn, our rough turn, and there's our finish turn. Next, we'll mill the scallop feature on the major diameter of the part. I've included some geometry for this on level 140, so we'll make that active. We'll put on the solid model and turn off levels 120 and 130. I'll go to G-View Isometric Reverse, center the part a little bit, and then we'll go to Milling and Dynamic 2D. So for machining regions, I'm going to pick the dark blue wireframe. For avoidance regions, I'm going to pick the light blue on the inside, and we're going to machine from the outside. For a tool, I'll go into library, and I'm going to select a 20 millimeter end mill. For a holder, I'm going to go ahead and name this. We have two 20 millimeter end mills in there now. So we'll call this one face mill right spindle. For setup, I'm going to select the upper right axis combo. Once I do that, you can see machine group 1 face mill right 1 plane become active. The 1 at the end designating work shift 1, which is active on this plane. And I can use either C-axis face or Y-axis face. So I'm going to use the Y-axis face in this case. Our cut parameters are good. I'll take a little bit less for stock to leave, stock on the walls, and the floors won't really matter. For linking parameters, we'll use incremental, and I'll pick top of stock. And for a depth, we'll come down to here, and we got minus almost 17. I'm going to round that up to minus 20. A feed plane of 3 is good. A retract of 6 is good. And let's pick a clearance. So it's 50 to the face of the part. We'll say 55. And we've got a decent looking tool path there. Let's go ahead and finish it. So we'll go contour 2D. I'm going to go single chain. And we'll grab each of those scallops and put a finished tool path on it. So for the tool, we'll use the same face mill. For setup, we're going to want upper right. We'll do y-axis face again. Our cut parameter defaults are fine. For linking parameters, we'll do the same. A feed plane of 3. I'll pick my top of stock. Whoops. I want an incremental there. There we go, and for a depth, we know that's minus 20. So if I grab these two and do a quick back plot on them, that looks good.